Oops. Hello. Hello. How are you? 1 second. We'll come back to the comments. Do. Okay. Hello, and I'm welcome, for real, to the. I just had a really quick thing. I had to run away. I know it's very unprofessional, but I had to step out for a minute there to go do something. So anyway, welcome. Happy Tuesday. This is a reboot of a weekly stream I used to do. This is Newsflash Disney, a stream that I'm excited to be doing, where I just come on and I talk a little bit about some of the things that's happening at Disney. As you see going on here, my slogan there's always something happening at Disney. I used that before when I did this stream, and I'm using it again because it's true. There's always something, whatever news source you're looking at, there's always something going on with the company. There's there's new attractions, there's attractions reopening, there's things coming back. The last couple of years has been Disney coming back in some ways the same way that they were before they closed, and in some ways very different. Hey Noah, welcome in. We are talking a little bit about the Disney news. As much as I've been excited for this, the last couple of weeks, several weeks, since I decided I was going to bring this stream back, I really wasn't as prepared as I wanted to be. But I got together some notes about some things that is happening. So this is going to be probably a shorter stream than normally. Normally, I'm going to aim to be on here about 45 minutes ish, from 9 to 9:45. Tonight might be a lot shorter, a little shorter, maybe. Who knows? Hey, Brian K, welcome in. So Tuesdays at 9, and then Once Upon a Turkey Leg, you'll still get your story time with me at 9:30 on Thursdays. And so this week, that will be happening with no exception. So let me get into some of the stories that I kind of looked at some news stories. It's possible you've already seen some of these, but I wanted to highlight these and talk about these and let you know what's going on. The first one is and I did not write where this is, but Mickey and Minnie meet and greets started again, or they were supposed to start on the 19th, which is Sunday, and they're meeting again at the Adventures Outpost. I believe that's in Animal Kingdom. I did not write down where that is. Anyway, at the Adventures Outpost, and it was supposed to open on the 19th. There was, according to WDW News Today, Walt Disney News Today, there was a soft opening yesterday on the 13th. So that's back. And the Lightning Lane sign was returned. It was added and removed previously. They had an article on May 29th that they commented that it may indicate that the upcharge may no longer be used for the experience, but the Lightning Lane sign had returned after it was removed. So anyway, that meet and greet appears to be back now, according to WDW News Today, at least as a soft opening. So that's very good to see the meet and greets for Mickey and Minnie happening again there. And that's a very exciting part of what's been happening the last couple of months is the meet and greets, characters coming back, and being able to, the meet and greets, some of them coming back to begin with, but some of them, the distancing has been removed. And so that's very good to see that coming back. The second news article I have tonight is talking about is a possible new project happening at Blizzard Beach. There's no confirmation, but there are aerial photos that show a large crane and a laydown yard for an undisclosed project. The Blizzard Beach is currently closed for refurbishment, and but recent permit filing implies that they may be creating a new attraction, but there's been no confirmation. The Blizzard Beach is currently closed and undergoing a refurbishment. It was originally set to reopen in March. It was extended to May, and we're in June now, and it's hasn't reopened. There's no times listed. at least through December 10th, but it could reopen before that. And I think if they don't reopen it, my personal thought on this is that if they don't reopen it at some point during the summer, which they probably aren't going to, if they're still doing a lot of construction, I don't personally see them bringing that back until next year at March. Just my thoughts with their reopening, process is still continuing. There's still a few things that aren't back, like they just brought back this meet and greet. Just my thoughts that they might probably wait until next spring or at some point to make sure that the water park is, whatever they're up to, whatever they're doing, they might want to wait. But we just got to see. We just got to wait and see because, Disney does what Disney does. The third item that I have tonight, numero tres, is the Finding Nemo show is back. As Finding Nemo, the Big Blue and Beyond has debuted at Animal Kingdom, and it was debuted on the 11th, which was Saturday. And that replaces Finding Nemo, the musical. The show is scheduled to be performed daily. There's several times that were listed in the article. Again, all of my sources tonight are WDW News Today, with the exception of the last item that I'll be talking about. So anyway, there's about 6 showtimes, I think. The earliest one was, I think, 10:30 in the morning, with the last one being about 4:30. So between those times, there's 6 different showtimes, I think, or 6 or 7 different showtimes for the show. It is located still in the theater in the wild, between Expedition Everest and Dinoland USA. The new version of the show is 25 minutes long, and it's 15 minutes shorter than the previous version. It includes the same puppets and many of the same songs, with a new LED screen and sets. I actually had a chance to check out a video of the show, and I like it. There are a lot of the same the songs, which is a lot of fun. It is basically a recap of the Finding Nemo story, retold from the fish in the tank. So it's kind of it's kind of a retelling of the Finding Nemo story, kind of set in the Marine Institute. So there's kind of a hint of the Finding Dory time, but with the Finding Nemo story being retold. So I think if they did, me personally, I like what they did with the show. I like the new version. I don't necessarily have a problem with it being shorter, personally, because of seeing it and seeing that it is, to me, it's pretty well similar. It's similar enough to the previous version, that the new show, they did a good job. So I can't wait to check it out in person, though, when I go to Animal Kingdom at some point in the future, possibly in a couple weeks. Possibly. Item number 4. If you remember a few years ago, the Maleficent float in the Festival of Fantasy parade caught on fire. She was breathing fire, like, the dragon, like she does. And she caught on fire. So during the on the 10th, June 10th, which was Friday, Maleficent's horn broke during the noon performance of the Festival of Fantasy parade. The writer of this article had observed that she was fine going through Frontierland, but when they caught up with I guess they took the cut through and caught the parade back on Main Street, USA. They noticed that the left horn had fallen, and she was no longer blowing fire. I guess the horn was still up on the head. It was just like attached, like it had fallen down like this. It was her left horn. Yeah, her left horn was kind of like on the side. So you could still see it. It was up there, but it was, they had a picture on the article. So anyway, hopefully that float gets repaired soon and our dragon starts blowing smoke. So the next and the last and the final timeline that I'm going to talk about tonight, or the last news item, I should say, is going to be the Galaxy's Edge timeline is being expanded with the addition of new characters from other periods in the story. And this is primarily Disneyland, and I'm not usually going to talk about Disneyland on this stream, but I watched a video from DSNY Newscast. Oh, hey Dave, welcome in. I watched a video talking about the addition of new characters to the Galaxy's Edge, and let me bring up I screenshotted a graphic off of his video that sort of illustrates where Galaxy's Edge timeline occurs and in relation to all of the videos. And I hope you can tell from this timeline. But here is, over here you have, over here you have, what is this? This on this end is the Phantom Menace. That's the original trilogy. Then you've got a 19-year stretch. If you can see that, here's a 19-year stretch right here. There's Obi-Wan Kenobi. There's Solo. There's Rogue One right there, and then you've got A New Hope right here with Empire Strikes Back and Revenge of the Sith happening there. It's really, you can't really see that. But Galaxy's Edge happens way down here. And this is the sequel trilogy. So there's all this time. And then Galaxy's Edge is supposedly set back here. And then up here, what's that? Oh, that's Boba Fett. Oops. Boba Fett and Mandalorian happens right here. There's a whole gap there. And so what they're doing is they're bringing in Boba Fett and Fennec Shand or Shand from the Boba Fett series, as well as Mando and Grogu eventually to Galaxy's Edge, instead of just the First Order characters. And so they're really making the timeline of Galaxy's Edge, at least in Disneyland, they're making it they're expanding it. Basically, they're allowing it to be not such a constrained timeline, and eventually there's speculation that they will add other characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi characters, maybe Ahsoka Tano when that show comes out. But it's primarily in Disneyland because oh, hey Amy, welcome in. Great to see you. What's I gonna say? Because of the Star Cruiser and the excursions, the video said that because of the timeline of the Star Cruiser, you would still want the characters in the the First Order era of the stories to still be exclusively there in Galaxy's Edge. But he did point out that Walt Disney World could bring other characters on the days where the Star Cruiser excursions do not occur. So like the intermittent or the alternate days, they could possibly work in other characters to the land. So it's very interesting that they're doing this with Galaxy's Edge. I'm not necessarily opposed to the idea. I love the idea that they're considering bringing out Mando and Grogu eventually. He also said in the video that Mando and Grogu, if they do have those characters, they might just have meet and greets over in the launch bay in Hollywood Studios. So anyway, if you are interested in seeing that video, I can send you that link directly. It's and actually, let me go find that for you if you want to watch that video. It is very interesting video. Let me see here. Here we go. So I'm going to share this. Hi, Dawn, the Hitchhiking Bones. The Hitchhiking Bones will be live at 10. 10 Eastern time, that is. And hold on, let me see this. Oops. I was just in YouTube. Hello. Okay, there I am. This guy called the Turkey Legster is live. So this link that I'm putting in here is the video that I was referring to with this last news item about the Galaxy's Edge timeline being expanded. Let me show you. Okay, this is what the thumbnail looks like right here. Thumbnail. New era begins for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It's that one right there on the top. That's the link I just put in there. Very interesting video talking about how they're expanding that experience. So that's all of the articles that I wrote down on a normal night of this show. I will have more news story items. But I did not take enough time, really, or a lot of time to really get a ton of news stories. But let me open up WDW News Today and see what else has happened. I'm not going to really go into like merch and food items so much, unless there's a big hullabaloo, like what happened with the Figment popcorn bucket. That was kind of a merch phenomenon. Oh, here's one. This one, actually, I did know about this. So Disney, Adventures by Disney has announced a Disney Parks Around the World, a private jet adventure. The new itinerary visits every Disney theme park. Woo! Here's a description. This dream vacation spans 24 days and covers 6 countries that includes all uniquely magical Disney theme parks worldwide, as well as 3 iconic landmarks, the Taj Mahal, Pyramids of Giza, and Eiffel Tower. Throughout the trip, you'll stay in world-class accommodations, including the rare opportunity to be a guest at Summit Skywalker Ranch. Plus, you'll travel in luxury via a VIP-configured Boeing 757 operated by Icelandair with long-range capabilities that sounds like a weapon system. Long-range capabilities, anyway, that allows for direct flights to maximize your time in each destination. You'll also enjoy personal access to experts and staff. Ooh la la. Who provide fun and fact-filled stories, enabling you to be immersed in every location you visit. Booking begins this month at these tiers. Blah, 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 blah. And then there's a bunch of also details. You might be curious what this costs. The trip starts at, start saving now, $109,995. $109,995 and is recommended for ages 14 and up. At minimum, guests must be 12 years old, and it will be available to only 75 fans. Well, that sounds like quite the experience. Let me say, you know what? If I'm paying money for this experience for someone else, if I could afford it for myself and then afford it for someone else, you better be a lot older than 14 years old for me to pay for you to go on this thing. There is no way. Sorry, kids, I am not paying that much, to send a kid, a teenager, on a trip like that. You got to be 21 and, just me. So anyway, that's a thing now. Private jet trip. 109,000, basically $110,000. So that's another thing that Disney's doing that I can't afford. Let me see what else. Of course, there's been news coming out that they are continuing the Tron construction, as well as the Walt Disney World Railroad Tunnel. There's an article here from the 13th. Let's see what this is. Okay, so we're still working on it. According to this article, Several crew members were on the main walkway, if I can talk, to to the there. And then permanent railings have yet to be installed, though. They'll probably do that. Crews completed the Walt Disney World Railroad Tunnel's curved roof recently, and it looks like work has begun on the second walkway, which will likely lead to Storybook Circus. Crews have been working for several weeks on the concrete walls that will line the walkway. Crew members have dug a large hole at the end of the tunnel, blah, 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 blah. So there. So they're bringing back the... Here's another shot here. I'm not showing everything here. This is on WDW News Today, Tron. And Walt Disney World Railroad coming soon. Slowly, like Don says. Like a snail pace. Snail pace. Okay. So yeah, Walt Disney World has not announced an opening date for Tron Light Cycle Run or a reopening date for the Walt Disney World Railroad. The coaster is based on the Shanghai Disneyland coaster Tron Light Cycle Power Run. Blah, 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 blah. And that's that. Don is asking, I assume that 110,000 includes park tickets, or are they extra? Don, I hope they are included. I sure hope they're included. For that price, I sure hope so. The article did not specify. I can go back and look, but I sure hope so. Where is it? I just had the article. Here we go. I do like this picture they've got here of Mickey just welcoming you to the empty wallet land. Okay, the dream includes, this dream vacation spans 24 days and covers 6 countries. That includes all 12 uniquely magical Disney theme parks. Says it includes. You'll also enjoy personal access to experts and staff who provide fun and fact-filled stories, enabling you to be immersed in every location you visit. Okay, so it just says you visit all the international Disney parks. Doesn't say you actually go into the parks. Maybe you just go to the gates. I sure hope you get to go in. I'm gonna hope, seriously hope. So the other thing I'm thinking about as I reread this article is that it says it's only available to 75 fans. And it's got this listing, bookings this month at these tiers. June 20th of 2022, previous adventures by Disney guests who have traveled on 3 or more adventures. June 22nd, 2022, all previous adventures by Disney guests. June 24th, Golden Oak members. June 28th, the general public. It sounds like this will be a one-time offering. And it might not be they'll do it once. They'll see what kind of, interest they get in it. I don't know. That's right. You got to read that fine print. That fine print. This article also more concrete added to the rocks at Journey of Water, inspired by Moana in Epcot. I am looking forward to that experience, that attraction going. It is going into, let me show you this here. This is Spaceship Earth. And then this is looking at the construction there. It's going anyway, it's going in the front part of the park, whatever they're calling it now. World Health Celebration, World Nature, over in the area near the seas, the land, in that area. So they're still working on that. So they're doing foundation work, and it's not necessarily like stuff that looks like a Moana, trees and plants and everything. Hey, Nick, welcome in. Nick, I watched your review on the new Jurassic World movie. According to Nick, it's not worth seeing in the theaters and probably not worth seeing at all. I don't watch a movie, and this is not Disney, I know, but since you're here, Nick, I don't watch movies in theaters anyway because of the cost thing. I think it's more cost effective just to wait till it comes out. So I was already going to wait to watch the movie, but I'll definitely wait now to check it out. So anyway, so that's really all the Disney news I could find that looks interesting. To kind of, to add, what was I thinking? Oh, what was I going to say? I was going to say, I did see a piece, an article last week or within the last week that the board of directors said that they approved or something. I forget the exact wording, but they said that they approved of Bob Chapek's performance and something or other. So it seemed like from that article that let me see if I can find that article. Disney board likes JPEG. Disney. Here we go. Let's read this fine piece of material. This is from the wrap.com. Disney board reaffirms support and confidence in CEO Bob Chapek after Peter Rice ouster. Oh, that's about the let me see. So apparently there was Peter Rice was one of the executives that said something that Chapek didn't like, and so Chapek had him fired him. It does say in here that Chapek contract is up in February 2023 and has yet to be renewed. So anyway, if you want this article, I can send it to you. But I think I saw this from somewhere else. So there's been a couple different versions of this, but basically the Disney board approves of Bob's leadership, quote, Bob's leadership and vision for the company's future. In this important time of business growth and transformation, we are committed to keeping Disney on the successful path that it is on today, and Bob and his leadership team have the support and confidence of the board. So, anywho, okay. So if you're interested in reading that article in its entirety, I basically kind of read it, but I could send a link to that to you. Just reach out to me, private message. But like I said, I think I saw another version of that thing somewhere else. So anyway, with that, I am almost to the time that I was saying. So next week I will be back, same time, same place, 9 o'clock Eastern time, with more news, more Disney. I will be more prepared. I will have more items, to talk about. Probably not new merch, not new food, but other things having to do with the company. Park updates, company updates, things like that. Huge news regarding full whatever I just lost my train of thought. But anyway, tomorrow morning I will be uploading late morning, probably. I will be uploading to this channel my podcast, the Dean Report podcast. I recorded an episode yesterday, kind of talking about my little valley season that I've been walking through, that with the loss of my dad, and kind of touching on the struggle of that, and kind of some of my thoughts and feelings on that. And so I recorded it yesterday. It went up on podcast platforms, but it is now going to this channel on Wednesdays, so you don't have to go outside of YouTube. So you can check that out. Again, it'll be up kind of mid to late morning tomorrow. So check that out. Thursday night, I will be back at 9:30 Eastern Time. This weekend is Father's Day. Yes, it's going to be a bittersweet weekend for myself personally, and, likely my family. But I've got a Disney Father's Day story, and I look forward to bringing that to you on Thursday at 9:30 p.m. So with that, thank you everyone for coming. Whether you're watching live now, watching the replay, give the stream a bop, the like button. It's down here or somewhere over here. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed, it's over here, I think. I think. Anyway, it says subscribe. The button says subscribe. And then, notification bell. Put it on all. You'll get all the notifications. And yeah, so take care. And I'll see you next Tuesday as well for more Newsflash Disney, because there's always something happening at Disney. And I need to fix that, because the full version of that is there's always something happening at Disney. So there's always something to talk about. So good night, everyone. Take care. Go ahead, hop over to the Hitchhiking Bones. They're doing Hitchhiker Chat in just a few minutes, about 15 minutes. And I don't know what they're talking about tonight, but it's always a great stream. So with that, have a great night. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Thanks for coming. I look forward to this every Tuesday night. Every Tuesday night for the rest of your life.